Hi, everybody, and welcome to this week of Laws of Community with Ronald, Raymond, and Hanna Sumrall as your hosts, as always. We apologize; we're a little late today. We were having a little bit of technical difficulties, but nonetheless, we are here. Today is a special day for us. We have decided, because it is roughly halfway through an entire year that we've been with you guys. Woo!
Wish we had sound effects.
Yeah. We will today we will be sharing kind of the list of people that we've had on our show, talking with you, going kind of a little back on who all we've talked with, and going over some of the things that we've spoke about. Kind of just wrapping up things a little bit, to give thanks and to give our appreciation to all of our guests and all of those of you that have been with us, viewing us from day one. We are very grateful for our audience. You guys have been here with us for about 7-8 months now. We've had quite a few. Seven.
Sorry.
Yeah. 7 months now. And we've had so many conversations about so many different things. We've gone over a lot of different topics, quite a few different industries in business, and what kind of things people are dealing with in their industries. So without further ado, if Hanna wants to kind of start it off with the a little bit of about our guests that we've had on, and go from there.
So the very, very first guest, as you know, if you've been watching, we have themed weeks, which is new beginnings for the first week, self-empowerment for the second week, self-love is the last week, and homeless to home free is the third week. Sorry, I skipped to mess that up. So that's also why we're doing this week, is because this is an odd week and there's 5 weeks in June. We try to mix it up a little bit and, not always have a guest on. But if you would like to be a guest, nonetheless, please apply. And we would love to have you on for, the next 6 months that we're about to begin. But our very first guest, who has had a lot going on lately, and a lot happened since we had him on, is Johnny Regan. And Johnny was our very first guest to talk about any kind of community building, talking about having a vision and how you should really just go for your goals. And so after we had Johnny on, about a month later, we had the Global Vision Conference, which is what we were promoting during Johnny's episode, the very first episode that we ever did. And Global Vision Conference was so amazing that it has helped us fill our other guest spots as well. For instance, last week, Heidi, she was at Global Vision Conference. Week before that or so was Joanna Tress. She was at Global Vision Conference. Was there anyone else? Joe Petrosky, he was there.
Yep. Joe was there. Camille
was there, yes.
Of course, we had
Caroline and Yari.
They were there as well.
So yeah. And then also coming up, Johnny just had a premiere of one of the talks on stage on like the 14th. And then there's a family day coming up. I wish we'd grabbed information about things, but of course I didn't. There's a hi Blanca, we love you too.
Hi Blanca. Thank you for being here.
Yes, we appreciate you. Our lovely, powered by laws of community person.
Powered by laws of life.
Laws of life.
With Blanca.
Words. Nonetheless, so on June 24th, if you are in the Florida area and would like information for the family day that is coming up and wrapped up and connected to Global Vision Conference, feel free to drop a message in the chat, and we will try to get you that information, or in the comments. We will get you that information. So I think that's about it for Johnny. Do you have anything else for what Johnny's had going on?
No, I'd say you covered quite a bit about Johnny. I'd say one thing that I'd love to mention is with Johnny, all of this wouldn't be possible in my eyes if it hadn't have been for Johnny. I mean, if and ultimately for Blanca, when you even still break it down, Blanca, honestly, we haven't had her on our show yet.
Yeah, we have.
Or we did?
Yeah, we had her on the first of the year, remember?
Oh, that's right. We did. I don't know why.
So if you want to wait and talk about Blanca, you can wait
I'll wait and talk about Blanca in just a second. But still. She got us in contact with Johnny, and that first day, that first day with Johnny that we met him, he completely changed our minds about where our life was going to go. He helped us realize what steps we should really take. He saw us and heard us for who we are, for what kind of people we are. He somehow, like, we were just having, nice conversation, getting to know each other, and we ended up both kind of just spilling our lives to him and like telling him about why we tick and who we are and how we work. And that right there, immediately Johnny just came in and swooped in like a a bird in a sense, and picked us up, because we weren't really certain about ourselves. We weren't really certain where we were going to go. And Johnny, like I said, he heard us. He saw us for us. And, he helped us actually see each other a little bit more. And, he really helped her see herself ultimately too. I've watched.
Well, and I think that goes back to, you can't build anything else until you build yourself. So we really truly had to work on ourselves before even starting Laws of Community. And that was one thing I wanted to touch on today too, is how we've, I'm sure, changed. And because you've watched a couple of the old episodes, I've watched a couple of the old episodes, and we've done things and we're like, okay, we don't want to do that anymore. we don't want you to see that. But now we're we've evolved. Most definitely.
Well, and it's one of those things too where I feel like we definitely have done a huge growth.
Hopefully built some community
and I gotta be very grateful for the first month's worth of guests that we had, because ultimately without them we wouldn't have gotten this whole thing started, because if we hadn't have gotten those first four people, Johnny, Dan, Yari, and Caroline, to come onto the show, it who knows which direction it would have gone. Those four people really had some powerful stories to share at the very beginning of our start. Dan, right after Johnny was on it, and Dan came on the next week. Dan was someone that in my mind, he is doing so.
Oh, he's had many things happen too.
He has done so much for empowering himself and for others. He completely, he's done amazing things, and for his community, just to have him on at our start of our show, that meant a lot, because we kind of, we're starting talking to him, and we really started to get to, I was always wanting to really get to know him a little bit more and actually dive deeper with him. And I'm glad he came on and did that with you guys. Same with Yari, Yari, he came out and he really shared his heart with you guys.
Especially with that poem.
Yeah, with that poem, and healing and or healed, and talking about his experience, having that false sense of success and then realizing it and falling into poverty and then picking himself back up to find that true sense of success.
So that was our first episode of Homeless to Home Free.
That was our first episode of Homeless to Home Free. And that was beautiful.
And then after Yari was our first episode of Self-Love with Caroline Pina, who is the author of I say it wrong.
You always say it wrong, yeah. A New Forgiveness.
A New Forgiveness. I don't know what she's up to lately. Stuff with kids, probably, mostly. That's all I've seen. So yeah, no more updates from everyone in the first month. So then the second month, we started the new year, which honestly, if I'm being honest, aggravates me because I'm a very OCD person and I wish we would have just waited and started at the first of the year almost. But because so it's technically been 7 months, but we're halfway through June and yeah, so we were... Anyways, I'll get over my OCD. So our very first person was the lovely Blanca Perper. And Blanca's been doing all of the things lately. She is back in a law office now. She is still doing Laws of Life every single Tuesday, 11 a.m. Eastern, right? Yeah, so come join us every Tuesday if you would like to network or learn something. We've done lots of learning on Laws of Life networking lately. So yeah, I think that's about it. Anything else with Blanca? Do you remember?
Well, I was gonna say ultimately, once again, if it weren't for Blanca, we wouldn't be here. I mean, if she hadn't have seen that potential in us, if she hadn't have seen, once again, like Johnny, if she hadn't have just seen us that day that we met at Elena Cardone's 10X Lady event, like if we hadn't have gone out to dinner with her and all the other people and actually had a conversation, we wouldn't be here today with you guys if we hadn't have gone out to dinner and had a conversation across the table when everybody went out as like just a group, and we sat next to her, across from her, and started talking. If we hadn't have sat right there, if we just sat 2 seats down to the right where the table split and like it's basically 2 groups of people talking,
we'd be having different conversations.
We would have had completely different conversations, and we would have probably never ended up being here with you guys. So honestly,
get into rooms.
That's
what I take from that.
Yeah, and that's something that Blanca teaches a lot is get into rooms.
Maybe get sat at a table.
Or sat at a table. Go out to dinner. Go out to lunch with a group of people. Go and network.
Now, that does not mean just go to the restaurant and find a random group of people to sit with. Please don't do that. And if you do, we did not encourage it. We did not encourage that. That poor family was not expecting you, and they were just trying to have a nice meal. Okay? Okay, Ron?
Okay. So after we had Blanca, we had an episode then that went back to us talking about our self-empowerment, and
it was the official introduction.
It was the official introduction of us, of who we are, where we're coming from.
So, if you're wondering what all this is about, go back and listen to our episode from January 12th and the official introduction. Yes, Blanca pointed out something. Also, talk to strangers. Just don't sit at a random table, though.
Yeah. And thank you all that have been here from the beginning. Once again, like I said at the start, and thank you for those that are new to our show each week, that come in and haven't been with us since the beginning. And like she said, you can go back. We have everything on YouTube and our Facebook. You can go back and listen and watch Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and a bunch of other channels.
Wherever you get your podcasts.
So you can always go back and watch and listen to the people we're mentioning, and to what we spoke about with them.
And to connect with them as well.
And connect with them too, because there's a lot of information about where they are, how you can contact them, and everything on each show.
Okay, let's get through these next couple people really quick.
Okay.
So our second Homeless to Home Free, which was literally days before Global Vision Conference, was the wonderful Camille Robb and
fabulous Camille Robb.
Yes.
Fabulous. I'm sorry, had to.
So yeah, she works with the Just For You JFC non-for-profit, which assists in assisting homeless people. I feel like I don't even know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so what she's saying is Camille and her husband, they have been for years now helping their community in as many ways as they can find. But in the last few years, they really have buckled down on going out to their communities, figuring out what they can do to get all the supplies necessary to go out and feed the homeless, and go out and clothe them, and go out and bring food and clothing and all this stuff to overseas, even into different countries, not just here in America, but here in America and in other countries. So, plus they partner with Johnny
to then bring movies and popcorn along with and give that, because there's a lot of kids in less fortunate countries that have literally never seen a movie. So, just imagine being a kid and for the first time ever on this wall, you see Lion King playing or something like that. Like, that just sounds awesome to me. And the videos are all amazing. I believe we played a video during Johnny's episode and during Camille's episode. So yeah, go back and listen to those. See what Camille and Johnny are all about, helping to what is it? She says we can't feed everyone, but we can all feed someone.
Yeah.
So that was our second Homeless to Home Free, and I think that was awesome.
Yeah, that was it was a powerful one, especially since usually we're interviewing those that have gone through homelessness and not those that are a part of helping fix it directly like she is. So it definitely to me, that was a beautiful segment for the fact that she goes out there and does a whole lot for people that, she
and that is the whole point of Homeless to Home Free. Is, we want to have on people who have been homeless, like Ron himself, and are now not homeless anymore, doing better things, trying to build a business, trying to do this, that, and the other. But we also want to talk with those who support the homeless community and help them get to that point, because you can't do anything alone, as we always say every single week. So our next one was the second self-love episode with the amazing Dina. I can't even say her last name anymore because my brain is mush today. Yes. And we talked about art with self-love, which I think that was a very powerful. I mean, all of our episodes have been powerful, though.
All of our episodes have been powerful.
Yeah. If you are interested in an Acosta portal painting or any kind of readings or anything like that, go back and listen to the episode from January 26th. Hit up Dina. She is such a lovely person. And hello, Mom. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, Penny.
And actually, I'm glad you're here because we're going to talk about you next.
Yes, you're actually the next guest on our list.
Well, you and Dad.
Yeah, well. But, with Edward and Penny Sumrall, we have...
we talked about pillars in the community that week.
Talked about pillars in the community and the different resources you can reach out to, and, all these organizations that are built to help the community grow, such as churches, different private membership organizations like biker organizations or anything like that. Those that go and help their community exponentially.
So yeah,
So
the main topic was churches in the community, because my dad, Edward Sumrall, is the preacher here, or actually in Texas this week in Bynum. But and that's not just to plug Jesus or God or anything like that. That is to plug resources and help.
mm-hmm.
If you need anything, you can generally go to a church, and if they don't have the resources, they will find you the resources. I think we even talked about how in New Mexico we work with a program who the Pregnancy Resource Center, and they solely work with churches that if one of their people, their clients, needs something, they will go to the church, and generally a church member will just go purchase it, because that is how much they care about building their community up and taking care of others. Churches are truly, truly, like, what is the word I'm looking for? Family. A family that you can have without being a blood relation.
Sorry.
Yeah, we do have to get through a couple more anyways.
So, yeah.
I think we skipped a couple weeks. We were on vacation.
Yep.
After that with them. So it's their fault. I'm just kidding. Next we had Tatiana.
Well, no, that was still January.
Oh, this was January?
Or no, that's February. That's February. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, then we had...
That was vacation. I don't know who we had there. I thought we just talked about you at some point. I know. Next up for self-love.
Maybe it was just you and then me, I think. It was you for self-empowerment, I think. And
in 1 week we were in Las Vegas. But for self-love during February, we had Tatiana Torres, who came on, and she sells insurance. And so if you need any kind of insurance, you're getting up in age and you're ready to, talk about life insurance. Hey, we probably need some of that.
I mean, you don't even need to be old to have life insurance. Okay, don't listen to her. If you are young and you have a family and you care about your family, you might need some life insurance.
Nonetheless,
so go and get some.
I don't think we did not just talk about life insurance. I know, but that is what she does, and
she talked about a whole lot of the basis, also why she does that, and the importance of life insurance, because ultimately, if you're constantly worrying about your life, you're constantly stressing out because you don't know what you're going to be able to pass on to your family. I mean, life insurance might be one of those things that helps just be one of those things to calm you down, relax you, and have
keep your community
some
going
sort of safety in your mind, and that was something I remember her talking about a little bit, is you're taking care of your community when you're gone. You're keeping yourself at that point of where you're not having to worry all the time. So
after Tatiana, I think really was our vacation.
Yes.
And then we had on the wonderful Natan Verkovsky. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I can't talk today.
Verkovsky, yep.
And that was for Self-Empowerment Week during March. Thank you so much, Natan, for coming on.
Yes, thank you, Natan.
Do you remember what he talked about?
I see why you did that. You said it like that so you could rhyme. So yeah, Natan came on, was talking about his sorry, I'm blanking on the name right now.
Essential Academy.
Essential Academy. Sorry.
Did he talk about Essential Academy?
Yes, so he talked about Essential Academy.
I think just everything he was doing, he talked about.
Yeah, but ultimately, he was talking about a couple new things he was doing in his community with Essential Academy, and how Essential Academy, if you ever want to be on a page where you can share your teaching, become a instructor of your industry, what you do, help teach your community more about how to do what it is that you do, and become like a full on instructor. Essential Academy is a privately invite only academy where you can be a teacher. You can get some information if you don't want to be an instructor. You can get some information and be instructed, take some classes, some courses. Blanca's even got her laws of life, self-empowered entrepreneurs on the Essential Academy. So you are able to go out there and on that site and learn about how to self-empower yourself over social media, and how to get yourself out there doing like what we're doing, webcasts and
different things
doing different things with YouTube, SEO, all those things. So
if you need an avenue to put your class or workshop or something on, definitely hit up Natan.
Yep.
So after Natan, our homeless to home free for March was Frances Helena.
Yes.
And she has been doing a lot. She is coming to America soon, I believe, because she has a fashion show in Tennessee. She has a fashion show everywhere. She got shoes in. Did you see that? She got shoes in that she actually, what is the word? Design.
Completely designed.
Yes, I think that's
awesome.
That is.
Yeah,
good.
I didn't see the shoes, but
she's doing a lot.
The last time I heard, she was coming to America. She did a show in New York. Everything she talked about on our episode 2 about what she was doing. It was, she was.
I'm just
really,
invested
really
in her chicken's life.
She's doing a lot, and she's doing a lot for her community. Everything she does for her community is just amazing.
It's all about...
she's given a lot. She's given a lot of more room for the creative minds to actually flourish in the fashion industry, and that is beautiful, because for so many decades now, the fashion industry has been a specific, narrow, design of things and how it goes and how everybody needs to be. So it's beautiful to see what she's doing,
Yeah. And then after that, we had on your friend Celine.
We had my friend Celine, my high school friend. Had her talking about her experiences with homelessness and what kind of things she went through and her struggles.
Just about her and her business.
Yeah, and her business and what she does with her figurines, and she
3D printing.
She 3D prints horses. She creates the design herself. She will take pictures of like an actual horse that she has or that somebody else has as well, and she will completely digitally render it, the shape of that horse and create it, and then she'll go and 3D print it, so then people can actually have a print of their horse specifically too.
So if you have a horse that is very dear to you, just like many dogs and things like that, our people have horses. Don't be weirded out. That's not you. But if you want something to remember this horse by forever, because we generally live longer than the animals, then definitely hit up Celine. And if you don't know how to get a hold of her, let one of us know. We will get you in touch and get you a very precious figurine so you can remember your lovely horse forever.
Absolutely. And even if it's not a horse, she does do other things sometimes too. So there are opportunities potentially for, figuring out what she might be able to do for you if you don't necessarily want a horse.
Okay, we got to hurry now.
Okay.
Next was Joe Petrosky. Joe talked all about loving yourself. It was self-love. Joe is amazing. Definitely go back and watch that one. He does a lot with feminine empowerment as well. And he has a couple of, he puts a lot of good information out there if you just follow his profile as well. Next was a new month starting April. We had Sam Gatton. Did I say that right?
Gatton. Yeah.
She is a leader in the Lubbock
community.
Gaitan.
No, it was Gaitan, remember?
I don't remember.
It was
Sam. It's Ragdoll. That's all I know. And she said that she actually answers to that more often. Yeah. But she curates a lot of opportunities for artists to get their name out there and get their products out there in the community of Lubbock, Texas. And yeah, just a very, very powerful person in that community. So we are glad to have had her on as well. Because the next was Skylar Ray with Homeless to Home 3.
Yep. And
yeah, you take that one away.
Well, I apologize. I'm just reposting.
No, I'm saying you can take it away and talk about it.
So Skylar, okay, this episode for me was probably one of the greatest episodes in my eyes of Almost a Home Free, because it was the first one that I could bring someone from my hometown onto the show, Portland, Oregon, someone who has gone from really deep on the streets, like, dealing with a lot and going through, like he talked about on the episode, going through some jail time and doing things to really kind of fix his life, to have to deal with, really having to turn his life around. And he has not stopped in the last several years, just hammering on his goals and his dreams and his aspirations, and taking everything that he's been doing for years and putting it on the paper and putting it on the screen and creating these songs and these videos and collaborations with so many people under an independent artist name. And he and his lady that he partnered, his partner as well as his business partner, like they travel, they have blown up. They completely go out and help their community. They're out there all the time helping their community, and just really trying to spread the word of being able to take your past and really do something different, and make yourself grow.
Yeah, definitely check out his music. He's got a lot of good messages behind his music.
It's all real life in his songs. All of his music is about real life experiences. It's real life what he's dealt with, and
that was
powerful.
It was a really good Homeless to Home Free.
Mm-hmm.
So for April's Self-Love, we had on Betsy Rosem, and she is a coach, if I remember correctly. And then I know we are running out of time.
Yeah, we are running out of time. I apologize. We spent a little bit more time on people than we expected it would be once we've looked up. Well, no, it's not our favorites. I wouldn't say it's our favorites. I'd say everybody on the list is our favorites.
True.
I'd say the reason why we've been going that slow is just because it was the beginning, and we
spent a lot of time.
We did spend a lot of time on talking about him. We love Johnny. He helped us get this started. I mean, if it weren't for him, like I said, we wouldn't be here, because he's shown us our worth.
Well, and going back,
Blanca was like, "Hey, Johnny is a great person to get in touch with." We're like, "Woo!" And then Johnny's like, "Hey, Blanca's an awesome person." Like,
they definitely empower each other.
And they empower each other, and then we
that's the community we've come into, and it's amazing. Yeah. And not to mention that the next three guests we're going to mention, Betsy Rosem was on for Self-Love, and then in May we had Patty Stulin in New Beginnings, and Jasmine Andrews for Self-Empowerment. All three of those people came because I met them, or one of us met them on Laws of Life with Blanca. Once again, if I'm going to put this back up here, if you need a networking to do, then come and see us on Tuesdays, every single Tuesday, and go find Blanca. If you need the link or find us, we will give you the link 100%. But yeah, we had on Betsy, Patty, and Jasmine. Anything to say?
I'd say
Patty's
honestly,
doing her podcast now.
Oh, she is doing her podcast now.
Yes,
so
Patty started her podcast.
Go check out Patty's podcast.
Pathways with Patty.
Yep.
I know that's her business. I'm not sure what the podcast was called.
Yeah.
She had a book because she was a collaborator in another one of our friends' books, Jen Duplessis, Impact Volume 2, which is all about acronyms. And so they have an acronym for every single chapter, and a different author writes the chapter. And Patty was one of the authors in that, which I think is awesome. Mm-hmm. And then next we had Jasmine Andrews for Self-Empowerment, and we got to watch her little clip of her upcoming show, or it's already premiered now.
Yeah, no, and not just that, but a couple
her books,
a couple of her books she spoke about, and her show, a couple of her short films that she's gotten awards for, and you know, all the powerful stories that she can help get out there of women that have not had.
Yeah,
you know,
she really empowers other
the greatest
women.
lives. Really helping women that have struggled through abuse and traumas be able to get their voices out there, and not just women too. She goes out there and tries to do it for men too, but ultimately it's for the battered bride. It's the women that have gone through a lot of hell in life.
So yeah, definitely check that episode out. Check out Jasmine.
Yeah.
The next episode, you don't get to talk, was all about Ron and his homelessness and all of his crazy stories that everyone else gets to hear in that episode from May 18th, which was our 24th episode. Please go listen to that so that way you can endure all of the stories just like I have.
I love that you change your face. I'm sorry, because you got camera right here.
All right.
Because that just made me that made me laugh.
So after his lovely self, we had Jenna Boddicker on, who is a nutritional coach. She I had my mom on as co-host that week, and then we had Ron come in talking about his acne that has been helped by some wonderful products.
Yes, once again, if you can barely see it, like there's big old pieces of acne.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
If you have any issues at all, hit us up and we will try to find you a product. We work with a couple of different people. We also have CBD people we work with. Basically, just like we say with anything else, 2 heads is better than 1, and we will figure it out and we will help you. Yes, Alfalfa, are you having fun?
Well, no, I was trying to figure out which way to go because
okay,
it was up like this. So,
and then not too long ago, we had Miss Joanna Tress on. She is with Matana, and they do a lot of coaching to help people bring their visions to life. And they also have 3 times a month. I believe they're still free, if I'm not mistaken. If not, they're $23. But they have an event every single month to help you truly put into fruition an idea that you have. So definitely let us know if you're interested in joining any of those events. Next, we had Jody Bear talking about her newest book, 21 Days to New You, I believe is the title of it. Jody is amazing. She's also a coach. And then last week we had Heidi Otterman talking about. I said it right.
No, you said Otterman.
Aderman.
It's Aderman.
There we go. Sorry, Heidi.
We all put an L or
I didn't put an L, though.
or something after the A.
Yeah. So last week was Heidi, and hopefully you watched last week.
Yep, and she, she's another musician as well, just like Skylar.
A rock star.
She's a rock star, though. He's a rap artist and lyricist poet. She's a rock star, plays a guitar, and I believe she sings as well. But
yeah, she sings. She sings.
Oh yeah, I know.
So yeah.
But go and check out her music. Go and check out everything she has to offer as well. And see her episodes, see what she had to say about her trials and tribulations on the streets. Even though it's you'll find out wasn't necessarily on the streets that she lived. She was couch surfing. My eyes, that's a type of homelessness. Go hear about it.
Nonetheless, do we want to quickly tell who's coming up?
Yes, I apologize once again, or we apologize once again. We know it's been 10 minutes past our normal time that we're on. It's actually 20 minutes past when we normally end, so it's pretty late for you guys, whoever's here viewing us with us. Thank you. Thank you for sticking through this with us. We apologize, but we do appreciate you, and we would like to say a few thanks to all of everybody that we listed off. Thank you again for being on our show.
Thank you.
Thank you for everything.
If we missed anyone, we're so sorry.
Yes. please remind us if we missed your name, we didn't call you out on this episode. Please let us know. Reach out to us, and
we will make it right.
We will make it right. We will name you off next episode.
So, very quickly, do we have any events coming up? Besides the birth of a child soon.
So I was gonna say, other than us having a kid here soon, I will be here in the Texas area a lot more often here shortly. With Oasis Fundamentals, I'm gonna be building up business,
building community in
a different area. Yep, I'm gonna be painting houses, building things, putting leaf. I'm not even gonna say that. Putting gutter protection and stuff up. Doing a bunch of different things. So
we don't have any events coming up, though. So
yes, no.
Jeez. Okay.
I'm sorry, but that's something.
So very, very briefly, coming up soon, we will have next week Paula Denaro, and then for July we will have Carl Freiberg, Mark Siegel. Yeah, Carl with a K. Mark Siegel, and then you gotta find someone for Homeless and Home Free. And we're also going to have a couple of other people that I found by the name of Amanda Clowder, Cornell Green, and Kristen LaValle. So, and then way down the line, we'll also have
in October
a lovely Catherine Guerrero signed up as well to be on the episodes. So if you want to be on one of the future episodes, definitely let us know. You can message any of us, either Ron or myself. Message Blanca, message my mom, message anybody. We will get you on the show because we want to plug you. We want to get your portion of the community out there and tell people about you. So if you have a coaching service, if you have music, we want people to use your coaching. We want people to listen to your music. We want to get you out there. So definitely apply right here to be a guest, and we will see you on here and talk to you on here.
And I'm going to say one last thing. And then we're done. Also, if you guys think it's a good idea, this is what my thought is. I would love to start doing little homemade, simple sketches for your businesses as a sponsorship idea. I've thought about it. Okay, I don't know if you know who Good Mythical Morning or Rhett and Link are on YouTube, but they used to do like these. They do free commercials for random companies throughout the country, just to do a funny little thing. But, it kind of gave me an idea. If you guys want a sponsorship opportunity with us, you want to put an ad out there on our show, we'd
love to get you the views.
We would love to give you the views every single month. And if you would like me to, I will start making little self-made sketches as well to kind of promote your business in whatever way it is that you want me to. Throw me some ideas to put in the video or something, and I'll do it. It's just I would like to be to be able to be there and sponsor you guys without doing some cookie cutter. Oh, here's my sponsor. So yeah, let's make it fun. Let's make our community grow.
If you want to be a sponsor, reach out to us. That would get you an ad every single week. That way you can get seen every single week. You don't have to be the guest that week.
Yep.
But our sponsorships also include a guest portion as well. So you would be able to be a guest and have your ads every week. So yeah, apply to be a guest. Reach out to us with any questions about anyone we've talked about. And we can also send you the episode if that. Find us on your favorite podcast platform. And yeah. And
last but not least, thank you, Kirill, our engineer, for being here with us every episode for each and every one of these guests.
Despite Ron's long-windedness.
And we appreciate you for everything you do, and thank you. So
most definitely. All right, guys, we're going to let you get back to your regularly scheduled programs, which you have probably already gotten to, despite the 3 people watching. We love you so much, you guys.
Yes, love you guys. Thank you for being here.
Blanca, thank you so much. Penny, my mom, thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Yep.
Person who has not commented, please comment so we know who you are and we can thank you. You have like 2 seconds. Like 2. Okay.
3,
I guess
2,
it's not going to happen.
0. Okay.
All right, guys. We love you, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.